Namaskar. Good evening to all. A very warm welcome to all our viewers. Welcome to our 48th session of the Virasat Talk program being organized by the Intangible Cultural Heritage Department of the Heritage Society, Patna. I request all our viewers and followers to share the live link of the session with all your friends and colleagues so that we may reach out to more people in our effort to promote and create awareness regarding the rich cultural heritage of our country. It is my great pleasure and honor to welcome and introduce Dr. Mallika Kandali, Satriya Exponent, Associate Professor, R.G. Padua College, Guwahati, Assam. She will be speaking and performing today Satriya Dance, which is a cultural heritage of Assam. Without taking much time, I wholeheartedly welcome you, ma'am, and I also welcome all our viewers. I would now request ma'am to begin the session. Thank you, ma'am.
Namaste. Good evening, everyone. I feel privileged to be here with you this evening. My heartiest thanks goes to Intangible Cultural Heritage Department, Heritage Society, Patna, and especially Dr. Ananta Shruta Dwivedi ji for inviting me in this prestigious platform, Virasat Talk. You all know that in India, when we start any program, any event, we take blessings from God. I want to do that. I want to start this session with a Krishna Bandhana. Here, Krishna Bandhana.
प्रसीद प्रसीद नमो विश्ववास प्रसीद
Namaskar. Krishna Vandana. The Krishna Vandana is depicted from Ankiyanaths of Srimanta, the architect of Kshatriya dance. Kshatriya dance, a cultural heritage of Assam, had evolved in the 15th century Assam. This living dance tradition, introduced by Srimanta Hankardev, the great Bhakti saint, scholar, social reformer, introducer of Assamese Vaishnavism, composer of 15th century Assam. He introduced Ankiyanath, the Vaishnava drama tradition. And from this Ankiyanath, Kshatriya dance is derived. Ankiyanath is a combination of Nitya, means the pure dance, Nritya, pure dance and Abhinaya, Naitya, the story-based Abhinaya, and Sangeeta, music. Dance has a very dominating role in Ankiyanath. So, Kshatriya dance is derived from this drama tradition, Ankiyanath, introduced by Srimanta Hankardev, the later part of 15th century Assam. Sri Sri Madhavdev, the principal disciple of Srimanta Hankardev, was also introduced some dance numbers in Kshatriya style. So in Kshatriya, we have observed two types of dances derived from two sources. One is from the drama tradition, Ankiyanath or Vaishnava theatre, and that's some independent dance numbers. The Kshatriya institution means the Vaishnava monastery was also a great contributions, one of the great contributions of Srimanta Hankardev. Kshatriya means the Vaishnava monasteries is a repertoire of multiple art forms which acted as a vehicle for propagating the Vaishnavism. Srimanta Hankardev introduced the Bhakti movement in Assam, and propagating this Vaishnavism, he introduced many art forms. The Kshatriya people in Assamese, which is called Bhakot, means the devotee, and monks. They practice these art forms in their day-to-day life as a medium, as a ritual. They are Ankiyanath, the Vaishnava theatre, then Kshatriya dance, Borgit, devotional songs introduced by Srimanta Hankardev and Sri Sri Madhavdev, etc., etc. For the monks, for the devotees, this Vaishnavism and this art form as a medium of life. Kshatriya dance is performed in Kshatras, in Vaishnava monasteries, as a medium of express the philosophy of bhakti. They use all these things as their day-to-day life as a rituals. In Hotra, which is called Namghar, then there is a many hutments. In Assamese is called Boha, where devotees are living. So their lifestyle is totally different. And there are two types of devotees. One devotees are unmarried, celebrated, and some are married, but when they marry, they're not in the premises of the Hotra. They live outside the Hotra. And basically, this tradition is a male tradition. Women are not allowed to stay in Hotra and perform in Vaishnava monastery. And the monks, the devotees, and the bhaktas of the Hotra, they have been nurturing and thriving this Hotriya dance almost 600 years. So it is a living dance tradition. Hotriya dance is an intangible cultural heritage of Assam. It is a living dance tradition because without broken any moment, this dance form has been thriving and nurturing by the devotees of the Hotras almost 600 years. In the post-independent era, this dance form gradually started to performing outside also by the outside people. And nowadays, this living dance tradition is parallelly performed in the Hotra as a medium of worshipping the Lord to express the philosophy of bhakti, and in outside on the stage as a performing art, as an aesthetic expression. Hotriya dance, we know that all classical dance forms, they have their own grammatical structure. Hotriya dance has also a definite grammar, a definite structure, which is called Mati Akhara. Mati means ground and Akhara means exercises. These Mati Akharas are divided into two categories. One is completely exercises and another part is some dance poses, dance poses. As a whole, there are 64 Mati Akharas. And these Mati Akharas covers all the features of Hotriya dance. Based on these Mati Akharas, Hotriya dance has been designed. When we observe any pure dance of Hotriya, then we can observe that Mati Akharas are completely used in their dances. All types of that features in body movements, then body position, then various body bendings, then hastas, padas, foot movements, hand movements, head movements, neck movements, then all the features, then various gatis, gaits, various turn and spins, jumps, these are all in this Mati Akhara. And it is worth mentioning that Srimanta Hankardev, the architect of Hotriya dance, was a vivid reader of Yuga Sastra. He was expert in yoga, not only theoretically, but in practical field also. He was expert. So he added some these yogic elements from the Yuga Sastra in Mati Akhara. For example, you all know that the Shirshasana, then Sakrasana, these are in Mati Akhara. We call the Shirshasana, we call Udhalon, then Sakrahon is Triolon, like that. There are many similarities, and it is not possible for me to exhibit because it's very difficult. Acrobatic poses in my eyes, it is not possible. So this is Mati Akhara, and it is very interesting. There is a philosophy behind this Mati Akhara. The first Mati Akhara is Khosoka. Khosoka means to give the pressure. And in this Khosoka Mati Akhara, there is a very close relation between Guru and the Shishya. Because Shishya lie down on the ground and Guru gives the pressure in the spine, on the spine of the Shishya. And in this, behind this Mati Akhara, there is a philosophy. That philosophy, I think you all know about the 9 types of bhakti of Bhagavata, Navadha Bhakti. Srimanta Shankardev also follows this Navadha Bhakti. Among this Navadha Bhakti, 2 bhaktis, the Daisya, it means the devotee, and the Atma Nivedanam, that is full submission. These 2 types of bhaktis we can observe in this Mati Akhara Khosoka. Secondly, is the Mati Akhara, which is the basic stance and basic position of Kshatriya dance. I want to exhibit before you that Ura because it is very essential. This is Ura. This is Puru Ura. And this is Prakriti Ura. Ura means in Mati Akhara, Ura means in Assamese, these are Assamese word, old Assamese word. And Ura means in Assamese, we use this word when we start something, we are ready for do something. Suppose I am ready for cooking, then she is taking Ura for cook. Then she is taking Ura for dance. She is taking Ura for sing. Like that we use that word. So Ura is the basic stance of Kshatriya dance. And Kshatriya dance is divided into 2 categories. One is male, one is Puruh Bhangi Nas. It means male dance numbers. And another one, Stri Bhangi Nas, female dance numbers. All the male dance numbers start from this Puruh Ura. That pada will be that Mandala pada of Natya Shastra. This is the Pataghasta. You all know about that. It is mentioned in Natya Shastra, Abhinay Darpana, Sri Hashta Muktaoli, then Sangeet Ratnakara. In Kshatriya, we call it Dhwaja. Means that Pataka, same meaning. So all the male dance numbers, Puruh Bhangirina start from this male poacher, male Ura, Puruh Ura, and all the female dance numbers, Stri Bhangirinas, start from this position. This is called Prakriti Ura. So like this, there are many Mati Akharas, and we have the turn and spin that one is Puruh Pak, Puruh turn and spin, then Prakriti Pak, it is Prakriti turn and spin like that. So Kshatriya dance is divided into 2 categories, Stri Bhangirinas, female dance numbers, and Puruh Bhangirinas, male dance numbers. Now I'm going to present before you a Stri Bhangirinas, which is called Gopinas. Gopinas means, it's believed that all the gopis and the cowherd maidens of Braja, they performed this dance, female dance numbers. And there are some slokas, very rhythmic slokas, meaningful slokas in these Gopinas. And Gopinas is derived from the drama tradition. That's why there are some slokas, meaningful slokas. And I want to say something here that in this dance, Kshatriya, we can observe many classical elements because like other classical dance forms, Kshatriya is also basically based is based on Natyasastra Abhinadarbana Srihasta Muktauli. And another treatise is noticed, this Kavi Shubhankar's Srihasta Muktauli, but it was derived in the 17th century after the Srimanta Shankar. So this Srihasta Muktali is not our main source, but some hastas we used from Srihasta Muktali. And footworks also similar with the Natyasastra, this Abhinadarbana. And besides this, we have lots of traditional hastas. This one is Sasaka hasta, traditional hasta, then Hara hasta, then this is Raja hasta, king, then Dhaja Muthi. These are the many traditional hastas. Now I'm going to present before you one of the female dance numbers, Gopinas. Give me just a minute for the music. Sound is okay, na? Sound to ठीक है ना नो? Sound is okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Sound is okay. Ajat, the music sound is okay.
Sound is okay, ma'am. It is okay, ma'am. It is audible. Okay, ma'am.
Srimangikamalam Namukinamatam Govinda Mukunda Padavinayak Brindam Ka Vitabe Vitabeja Nititra Nanka Ke Srimangikamalam Yam Muktinamalam Govinda Mukunda Padabinayaka Bindam Srimangikamalam Yam Muktinamalam Govinda Mukunda Padabinayaka Bindam Ta Pinda Be Pinda Brajaniti Trananta Yeah. Tripurari Tripurate Murari Mukunda Radhe Tripurari Tripurate Murari Mukunda Radhe Govindam Tang Hitam Makashantam Ravin Srimad Shadhe Tripurari Tripurate Murari Mukunda Radhe Tripurari Tripurate Murari Mukunda Radhe Govindam Tang Hitam Makashantam Ravin Srimad Shadhe Indi para shukanti shukanti indi para shukanti sampriti kim pratidaditam rajana gana angana shangana pitambara dhara vashanama indi para shukanti indi para shukanti sampriti kim pratidaditam rajana gana angana shangana pitambara dhara vashanama That was Gopinas. Some problem was there, that's why it was not possible for me to complete the whole. So there are some rhythmic slokas, meaningful slokas. And now the Abhinaya. That was pure dance. Like that, female dance, some male dance numbers also, like Jhumura, then Baharnas, like that. Many dances are there in Puruh Bhanginas. Now the Abhinaya. Abhinaya is a very important component in any dance numbers, basically in classical dance numbers. And Srimanta Hankardev and Sri Sri Madhavdev, they composed many songs, dramas, many devotional songs based on ragas, and some stories for many stories. And we follow these all stories, Borgits, the Ragavis devotional songs for our Abhinaya. And we have one repertoire that is Ujapali, Kshatriya Ujapali. It is a full form, it's a different full form dance, and where we can see that Uja means the male leader. He can dance, he can sing, he can tell the story. And from this Kshatriya Ujapali also, Kshatriya takes some elements of Abhinaya. And Kshatriya is derived from the drama tradition. So definitely Kshatriya is very rich in the Abhinaya. And you all know there are 4 Abhinayas: Angika, Vachika, Aharya, and Shaktika. And these 4 elements are present in Kshatriya dance. Angika is definitely that Anga, Pratanga, Upanga, the whole limbs of the body, major and minor. Then Vachika, we know that words. Generally, what happened in any classical dance form, that Vasika is in the background. Singer sing, then drum player played the drum, then dancer, they perform. But in Kshatriya, there is one dance number is called Putradharinas. It is derived from the drama tradition, Ankiana. Then in Putradhari dance, we dancer can chant the sloka we sing the Bhatima to praise that poem praise to Lord. Like that, that Bachika Abhinaya is directly present in Hotriya dance. Then Ahajya, you know, all the stage props and this dress. I'm wearing that female dress, female costume of Hotriya dance. We have the male, and it is very interesting in Hotra. All different type of dance numbers have their own costume, different type of costume. But on the stage, it is not possible. So we wear only one costume, Ekahajya only. Then Swatika Abhinaya, you all know about that from the inner side. So all that Abhinayas are there. And besides this, the Nayak Nayika, Nayika Veda, then Nayak Veda, those are mentioned in the Naitya Shastra. We have these Nayak Nayika Vedas. And Srimanta Hankardev was very beautifully portrayed the Ashtanayika. Ashtanayika, I think you all know that Naitya Shastra, Bharata Muni is mentioned in the Naitya Shastra about the Ashtanayika. So all the Nayikas we have observed in the songs of the dramas and the Borgit, the Raga-based devotional songs written by both Bhakti saint. So this Ashtanayika, Vasaka Jyotika, Vasaka Sajjika, Viruhatkanthita, then Shwadhina Bhartika, Vipralabdha, Prushita Bhartika, then Khandita, Kalahantarita, then Abhisharika. I composed this Ashtanayika in Hotriya style, but it is not possible to exhibit the whole piece. It is almost 25 minutes. So I'm going to present before you only the Vasaka Sajjika Nayika. This song is depicted from Srimanta Hankardeva's one of the dramas. It's called Rukmini Haran Nath. And you all know about that Vasaka Sajjika. Vasaka Sajjika Nayika is that Nayika. That particular Nayika is eagerly waiting for her beloved. And decorated herself with different type of ornaments, then beautiful clothes, wearing all the things, and very eagerly waiting for her beloved. So I'm going to present before you this Vasaka Sajjika Nayika, and in this piece choreographed by me and music by the great musician late Guru Murari Kharma. And then Sanskrit slokas are written by Sanskrit, that one Pandit, Dr. Nripendranath Kharma, and vocal by Bhupen Nath in Khol. It means this Khol means the Assamese drum, and this Giren Kolita in float, Prahanna Borua, artist Prahanna Borua, and in violin, Dipen Kharma. So I'm going to present before you Vasaka Sajjika Nayika. Please give me 1 minute. सहस्रस्ता प्रणय सहित काकटार्जनानां श्रीकृष्णस्तु ब्रजपुरजनन् प्रेम पाशैर्बबन्ध धीरं धीरं प्रविशति हृदि प्रेम भावः प्रसन्नः स्मारं स्मारं प्रेमीक हृदय षण्मते गच्छति च। अवश्यन्तं प्रियपतिं सज्जीभूता प्रणयिनी पाशकसज्जिता सातु रूपप्रसाधने रता।
शान्तमुखी देखिते मधाई देखिते मधाई देखिते मधाई ओ सलनी लीलागती भुवन भूलाई शान्तमुखी देखिते मधाई ओ सलनी लीलागती भुवन भूलाई ओ सलनी लीलागती भुवन भूलाई। কনক কিঙ্কিণী ধ্বনি ঝলকে মন জীবমণি দোলে হৃদয়ে হেমমালা দোলে হৃদয়ে হেমমালা চঞ্চল লোচন মন হেরয় রমণী ঘন হরি বয়ন বরমালা হরি বয়ন বরমালা শান্তমুখী দেখিতে মধাই ও সলনি লীলাগতি ভুবন ভূলাই ও সলনি লীলাগতি ভুবন ভূলাই। শান্তমুখী দেখিতে মধাই দেখিতে মধাই দেখিতে মধাই।
That was Basaka Sajjika Naika. Actually, time is limited. almost 7, only 4 minutes left. So I should close. Srimanta Shonkardev and Sri Sri Madhavdev, they composed many things. Not only the relation between Lord Krishna and gopis, but there are many themes in their composition. For example, nature. About nature, Srimanta Shonkardev very beautifully portrayed about the nature. I have a composition, Briksha Hokhi, based on the verses of Srimanta Shonkardeva's, based on this about the nature. Then again he composed on wildlife, then various birds, then environment, then yogic, bhangis, etc., etc. And it is very interesting. Both the saint, Bhakti saint, they composed some verses based on Bharatvarsha, India. Very beautifully they portrayed about India. So I wanted to close my session through a Bharat Bandana by Sri Sri Madhavdev. Sri Sri Madhavdev, the main principal of Srimanta Shonkardev, he very beautifully, let me, yes, my music, very beautifully portrayed about that India, how that India is for them. So very beautifully they says about Bharatvarsha. I want to, and it is worth mentioning that they composed all the things in Brajali language. Brajali language, and at first I read that original verse. That one, Dhanya Dhanya Kolikal, Dhanya Naratanu Bhal, Dhanya Dhanya Bharat Borihe. Tapa Japa Jagga Teji, Tumara Sarana Teji, Tuaguna Kuhi Bahorihe. The English and Hindi translation by my sister Dr. Moshumi Kondoli. Hindi translation is like this. Dhanya Dhanya Yeh Kali Yoga. धन्य धन्य यह नररूप, धन्य धन्य यह भारत वर्ष उनकी भव्य रूप. तप जप यज्ञ सबका मैं करूं त्याग, और केवल करूं तुम्हारी चरणों की पूजा पाठ. English translation is like that. How great and glorious is this time. How great and glorious in this human birth. How great and glorious in this land called Bharat. Leaving aside all other norms of life and ways of meditation and sacrifice, I worship Thy holy feet and chant and nuance your sacred name to the world with immense bliss and pride. Now I'm going to present before you, based on the original verse by Sri Sri Madhavdev, the main disciple of Srimanta Shonkardev. Satriya dance has a definite tala pattern and a raga pattern. All the songs are based on definite ragas and definite talas. And it has a very rich literature, I have mentioned already. So it is almost 7:03. Sorry. I want to conclude my speech, my session. This is Hotri actually in a nutshell. It's a very vast topic. So my heartiest thanks again goes to Heritage Society and Dr. Ananta Shruta Dwivedi ji, and you all viewers. Without you, my session would be meaningless. So thank you so much. And I want to conclude my session to remember this great Santi path of Upanishada. Sarve bhavantu shukhino, sarve shantu niramaya, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kachit dukkha bhaga bhavet. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am, for this very wonderful and enlightening session. At the end of this session, let me extend my vote of thanks to everyone present here. I, on behalf of Heritage Society and its large family that includes more than 80,000 of active followers from different parts of India and abroad, I would like to express my profound gratitude to our distinguished speaker and performer of today's session, Dr. Mallika Kandali, for her wonderful talk and performance today. She is a Satriya exponent and an associate professor at R.G. Barua College, Guwahati, Assam. I'm extremely thankful to you, ma'am, for accepting our sincere invitation and presenting a great performance in our today's session. I also thank all our annual members, followers, and our Virasat Mitra of Heritage Society for their unconditional support and love for all our endeavors. I thank all our viewers who were live today on different YouTube and Facebook platforms of Heritage Society. I thank Santi Swarup Sinha sir, Vidhi Nagar ma'am, Rajesh Mishra sir, Akriti, Ashna, Niditya, and all the viewers who were live. It's not possible to take everyone's name as we have many thousands of followers and it's growing each and every day with us. I thank all of you. I would also like to thank our beloved Dr. Ananta Dwivedi sir and Srimati Manita Pandey ma'am for their support and guidance in organizing the weekly academic talk program. I also express my vote of thanks to all the staff and officers of Heritage Society for organizing this enriching session. I request all of you to stay tuned with Heritage Society for many more such lectures and performances in coming weeks. Thank you to all. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you so much.